Well, hello, those of you who are with us already. I'm going to give Janine about 2 minutes to take care of our technical side of things and wait to see some of your comments so that we can see that you are here and joining us. Again, we're going to give Janine about 2 minutes. And when you are starting to come on, be sure to comment so that we can see that you are actually with us and that we have an audience that we're addressing. We're so excited. We expected several new people here tonight. Oh, I'm seeing Kim Bain.
We're getting there.
Good. Yes.
How you doing, Mary Grace? How was your Monday?
Yes, my Monday was fine. Ed Ridenauer, welcome, girls. Welcome. Thanks for being here. It was a busy Monday.
Yeah, it was.
I know a lot of people like their Mondays get a lot of bad press, but I actually really like Mondays.
I didn't realize that Kim Bain lived in Tennessee, or does she not live in Tennessee and she's just there on business or something?
No, she does. She lives in
Tennessee. Okay, let me just check the studio page because I just let a ton of people in, but I'm going to just check it one more time before we start.
Cool. Not all her life, though. She is originally, I think, from the Minnesota area.
Minnesota or something like that.
Yeah.
All right, we're live in Grace and Grit, too. We're live in studio and the business page. Hey,
now, you look especially tan. Did you just get back from the lake?
I did, but I'm just especially tan, and white makes me even especially more tan. I feel much better tan. I'm a girl. I probably should have powdered. I could see I was cooking all day. So
no, see, I'm especially not tan, and black makes me look even less tan.
Then we're a good fit. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching right now, we're going to ask that you drop a comment because there's a ton of you that have hopped on. Drop a comment. Let us know you are here. Say happy Monday to us. I don't care what you say, but say something so that we know you are here. We are, of course, I'm getting a call at this very moment. We are
every time.
We are live here on our Monday night segment called the Free Jewelry Call. I always look forward to Monday nights because I feel like these segments are so helpful, Mary Grace, don't you?
Yes.
We literally get to a point where we're able to chit chat with people in a quick manner. And we're able to talk to them about our opportunity. And we were talking about it today on our meeting about how we're like one of the best kept secrets in the business as far as we're
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I honestly feel like if you're watching this right now, first of all, I'm going to ask that you drop a comment. Let us know you're here. Hey, Kayla, thanks for joining us. Definitely tag your people. If you are a stylist and you're here, tag your people, get them to come in and say hello. But we were talking about the fact that, people have questions about direct sales. They get real nervous because they don't know, what they're getting into or what they might be getting into. So what we're going to do is we're going to answer 4 that are, very questions that everyone asks. Okay. And we're going to ask that you just listen to these questions with, a listening ear. This may be something that would be perfect for you. Or this could, hey, Chelsea, how are you? This could be something perfect for somebody that you know. So I am going to, in an interview style, interview Mary Grace Lewandowski. Everybody, I want to introduce you to Mary Grace. She is our executive company vice president. So you are getting tips from the top right now. Total tips from the top. How cool is that? And,
how lucky are you?
How lucky are you to be in our presence this evening?
No, mine.
No, just you. I knew you'd say that. Now she's bad now. That's okay. She does this, just so you know. She makes little quirky things and then laughs, and it's just adorable.
I laugh at my own self. You got to make sure someone's laughing around here.
Well, you know what? If you can't have fun in life, what's the point? That's how I look at it. So I'm going to ask 4 very common questions. Mary Grace is going to answer them to the best of her ability, and maybe it'll give you some insight on what direct sales is about, what Park Lane is about. And then we ask that you fill out the Google questionnaire and talk to your stylist, whoever invited you. Talk to your stylist and ask more questions. And if we need to, hey, Misty, hello. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Erie, PA. Oh, I'm from Allentown, north of Allentown, so we're not far from each other.
I was just in Erie. I think.
Yeah, she was. She's in Western PA, and I'm Eastern
PA. Janine, can I throw you off a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to throw you right off. No.
Just hit leave studio and you throw me right out.
I'm going to throw you off a little bit because this is unexpected. But in the last week or so, or even a little bit more, there has been a couple direct sales companies that have gone to like strictly affiliate. And none of us ever like to see any of that because it's our industry and we like to see
Thrive.
every direct sales company be successful. But I was just reminded because I was talking to a higher level gal from one of these companies. And as I started to tell her some things about Park Lane, she's like, why doesn't everyone sell Park Lane? And I said, and mind you, she'd been a high level leader with this other company for a while. I said, to tell you the truth, we're just the best kept secret. And other companies kind of make sure, if they can, that no one even asks about us because they can't afford to do what we do. And we are the only company in this realm that does what normal companies do, which is recognize experience. So we don't expect people to start all over. If they've had experience in the direct sales space, then we bring them in here at a level and a title and a pay scale that's commensurate with their experience. So I don't normally start with something like that, but we're used to this, so we kind of forget. But because that's going on out there and because you may know somebody that this happens to, please let them know that honestly, we're not like, we want you, but they might not know about us. And it's always good to keep an open mind to find out what's out there for you. And you probably will find yourself saying, like this gal did yesterday, like, why doesn't everyone just do Park Lane? I go, because they don't know what they don't know. So good for you for being here to find out what you don't know. So what's your first question for me now, Janine?
No, I love that you opened with that because I think information is free. And if you are looking to move in this business, you're a business professional and you're going to gather all the information you can to make the best decision. So I think that was a great opening. Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know if people tell you that, so good job. Well, I think that you need to explain to these fine folks what direct sales is because I think it gets a bad rap because I think people do not know exactly what direct sales means.
I know. I think, like then we get those questions like, is this one of those pyramid schemes? Or are you like the mother duckling with all the ducklings? That one was particularly insulting to me when someone said that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even really understand. I don't know what a pyramid scheme is, but my understanding is that it's something illegal where people at the top make money and people at the bottom don't. And no, that it's absolutely not true. You will leave Park Lane with more than you came with, no matter what. Direct sales simply means direct to consumer. And we have the ability to run our own business with all of the freedom that gives you and none of the overhead and the fear. So it has been the greatest thing ever for my family. I know you feel the same way. It's kind of like it allows you the flexibility and you can be like a work from home mom where you can add it to a gig that you already have without upsetting the whole apple cart and changing your whole life. You can decide how little you want to work or how much you want to work. You can decide what months you want to work, how much money you want to make. So it really has all of those types of positives without the brick and mortar having to show up at a certain place every day. Now, I have a lot of different stories I could tell you about direct sales. I tell this every single time because I think it's so powerful. And it's about David Bach. And Janine, have you heard this story?
I have, but every time I get a new piece of it. So I love it.
Yeah. So I was already in direct sales. I was with another company. Incidentally, what I started this with, both Janine and I used to be with other companies. Right. We had concerns about the directions our companies were going. Rightfully so, because they're both pretty much gone now. But we came to Park Lane as upper level leaders because we had that experience. Did you know direct sales is even a major in some colleges now? Like no, it is so respected as a special set of skills that of course after we've accrued those skills, we need to be recognized for them, that we're going to be able to do things a little bit more quickly because we've been through all that. At any rate, David Bach wrote The Automatic Millionaire. And I've always been interested in being a millionaire. I've always been interested on how to better my family's situation without, but still being there, being where I needed to be when I needed to be there.
Right.
So I was listening to this audio cassette by David Bach, and that's 20-something years ago. And he was talking about how when he was writing the book, The Automatic Millionaire, he was super stoked over what he had come up with, just to show everyday human beings how money is exponential growth, how investing adds up, and how by just taking $400 to $500 a month from the day people start working, how they could be millionaires like within something like 10 years.
Yeah.
And the part of the story that really spoke to me, besides that, I liked that idea, but he said, you know what? I realized really quickly, and I knew I had to do something about it, that we had a way huger problem in America than helping them become millionaires. He said, every single family that came in, he goes, they weren't living paycheck to paycheck. They were living beyond paycheck to paycheck. They were putting things on credit cards or taking money out of savings in order to pay their bills every month, or they didn't have savings. And they would laugh at him at the idea of taking money to invest. They're like, David, that's not going to happen. You know, if we have extra money, it's going to go into our emergency fund or whatever. So he said, then he said he made it a mission to be able to come up with suggestions for people on how they could make $400 to $500 a month, or maybe in today's world, to be fair, probably more like $600 to $700 would be the same results. And he said that he looked at all these different things and he realized, like, when they would take on second jobs, they'd have to work when other people would tell them to work, or they might have to give up the security of what they had, try something new that might not work. There was always like a fear thing. And he goes, and that's when I discovered direct sales. And he said, it is like the mothership of opportunity. He's like, because you can make as much money as you want, and you get to decide what your schedule is. You get to decide when and if you're going to work. You get to decide how much you want to work. You get to decide what titles or pay levels you want to go for. You get to decide when you're going to take off, and that is exactly how I felt all this time, is the power of what I was able to do with direct sales. So I am a huge proponent of it. I think everybody should try it. Not everybody will like it, but you won't be at a loss for having tried it, and you're going to come out with more than you went into it with. So I just do find that a lot of things that we have to overcome is people's attitudes, like mine.
Because, like, if someone said to me, you need to just put aside $500 a month. I mean, right now that's grocery money for people. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They're not gonna. So direct sales actually helps people. I know the millennials love this. They get into direct sales because they put that money aside and invest that money. That's their investment plan. So I think that's amazing. It's an amazing way to do it, and an easy way to do it, in my opinion. Okay, we know what direct sales is, and we understand it better now. Why jewelry? Where does jewelry fit into this?
Isn't that funny that both you and I were the type of people that were with our last companies, and we would say who would ever sell jewelry? And again, this was a comment from the gal I was talking to. By the way, she is coming to Park Lane as a high-level leader. But it was a discussion I was having with her yesterday, and she said, she goes, now what about the fact that it's not consumable? And I go, but it is. Fashion is consumable. It changes with the trends, with the seasons, with the outfits. People will buy and buy and buy jewelry. They'll buy jewelry when they're not buying cars or houses or big things, but it even goes up in economic hard times. So that's just one advantage. My favorite way to tell you the advantages of selling jewelry come from the actual Levine family, who started our company in 1955. And as Janine, as you know, and if anybody who's ever watched this before, they were so smart because they decided they wanted to use the direct sales model for a lot of really smart reasons. One of which is that they started about 3 generations ago, and they wanted to help other families like Janine's and mine, and who are watching us. They wanted us to be able to develop generational wealth also, so that we could be handing our businesses down to our kids and stuff. It's really neat. They didn't know what product though, and they wanted to be really smart about it. So they hired some consulting companies, 3 different ones actually. And they said to these consultants, hey guys, go out into the world, do your homework, come back with like top 10, I think they said, or they might've said top 5 or whatever. But they said, come back with your top choices of what product we should represent here at Park Lane, giving them their mission statement, how they wanted to last forever. And they said, be ready to defend your answers. And all 3 of those guys, and definitely were men at that time in 1955, came back with jewelry as number 1. And it actually kind of gobsmacked the Levines. They weren't looking, were not suspecting that. So they go, okay, defend your answers. And they're so good. Okay, so the consumable product was one. I've already mentioned that. The market is absolutely huge. The gal I happened to be talking with yesterday was in skincare, wonderful skincare. But just think about what the market is for that. It's just a certain market. But jewelry is the gamut. It's every demographic, every sex, everything. And if they're not buying it to wear themselves, they will buy it for a gift because it's one of the top 3 gifts in the world. It's been around since time immemorial, since BC, first time anybody discovered how to make an accessory, right? And projections and forecasts show that it's going to just go up, up, up in the future, not showing any sign of slowing down. From the representative standpoint, we wear our product. Our customers wear our product.
Right.
This is amazing for us. Just happened to me today. I went to the doctor's, and the receptionist had said last time I was there how she loved my necklace, and I brought her one. So people notice our product. They don't even know what we do. It gives us an opportunity to talk about what we do. It gives them an opportunity to get our website and stuff like that. So it's the referral part of it is absolutely stellar. It's just amazing. I said it withstands the test of time. I said about how the market is so great. It's consumable. It's one of the only items that go up in sales in economic hard times. And it stays really level, which I used to sell candles. I'll be open about that. So every summer we'd be like, here we go. We better save up for our mortgage.
That's true.
Or hope that people win citronella, But with jewelry, it's just so steady because it's just changing every time with the outfits and the trends and stuff. And it's very, the first time that I went out to do a jewelry show instead of a candle party, I was absolutely giddy. I felt like I had forgotten stuff because, if you want to go just show people our product, it's the size of your purse. Put it over your shoulder and off you go. 78% of our reps do strictly online. It's a wonderful product to be able to show online because you're just, basically holding it up to the camera, showing people what we have. So it's amazing. It's amazing.
I love that. Now that I love it because it is true. Jewelry works for everyone. I just booked a party from a woman who said to me, no, I'm too old to have a show. And I said, oh, no, you're not. Because we put jewelry on infants up to 109 years of age. I mean, women love jewelry. Yes. So Absolutely. She booked and she said, now all of my friends are in their 70s. I said, well, they are going to look classy and stylish when I get done with it.
Well, the opposite, some of that age demographic, which I'm getting awful close to that, they will say that it'll be the opposite too. Like, I'm not decorating my home anymore, but I'm buying gifts and I'm decorating myself. So you never hear anybody fighting over who their grandma left the candles to.
That's true. No, I did not want that dinnerware. Thank you very much. Yeah. I just want to say hi to Misty and Kathy and Kelly and Julie and Jean. Thank you so much for joining us. Listen, if you are watching, and I know there's a ton of you are because you're all lurking, I can see the number. I need you to put in the comments that you're here. So let us know you're here and let us know where you're watching from and what stylist invited you here tonight. We'd love to know that information. Mary Grace, what about why Park Lane? Like, you talked about direct sales, you talk about jewelry and where that fits in, but how does Park Lane fit into that jewelry niche in direct sales?
I know, because there's other jewelry companies out there, and I admire all of them. But I do have I have a private and personal story, not private, but a story that just kind of puts my money where my mouth is, because I had an opportunity to be the head of all of the field at a different jewelry company. And that offer came in the same week that I was talking to Park Lane, and they were bringing me in at a level that was familiar to me from what I had experienced. And I was at this crossroads, and I was very flattered by the other offer. It was a salary. I wouldn't make nearly what I make here either, but I would be working with someone who used to be the vice president of the company that I came from. But I'll tell you, when I looked at Park Lane, there were very many reasons that I chose. And one of them was the variety in the product. I can't think of almost any of the other jewelry companies that don't. I mean, it's beautiful stuff, but they definitely have a limited or a niche market, pearls, silver, Swarovski crystal, charms. You guys are all popping there nodding like, yeah, you're right. I loved that we have an absolute plethora of every kind of trend. So there's always something for everyone. And my customers actually say things like that. Also the programs. We've been around since 1955. We're cash rich and we're debt free. These things I used to say, and I used to be grateful for them. But when COVID hit, man, did we see the results of that? It was very powerful because we were able to add things. We were able to do better deals. Like other companies were going under, and we were I think we did 2.5 times our size or something because of what we were able to do, because of all the smart decisions that had been made over the years, money wise. So that's pretty cool. And we know we're here to stay since we're family owned. But because we have those things going for us financially, we have such rich programs that other companies can't afford to do what we do. And they want to make sure that a lot of us don't find out because of like what happened to me, like that I was comparing. So we have a customer sale that's ongoing where it's buy 2 for regular, get 4 for half. Your 2 regular should be your least expensive. People absolutely love this sale. They can understand it. They can repeat it. They tell their friends about it. All of this is so great for us. Roll back to me at the earlier question. Do we want people wearing 1 piece of our jewelry? Or do we want people leaving our parties leaving 6 pieces of our jewelry because they took advantage of this sale, right? Yeah, more compliments, stuff like that, okay? Really cool. We have the most generous hostess program where it's based on number of orders as opposed to how much people spend. That is really powerful because one of the biggest objections I used to get was, oh, I hate to ask my friends to spend money. But when I'm able to say, Janine insisted on having this little get together in person or online because she wanted to share the customer sale with you guys. That is such a different feel, right? And then it doesn't matter how much her friends spend. She's going to get free product for every single order that comes in. Right. So it's $20 free per order, $40 free per order when they get 10 orders. So I don't know if you've ever done this math, some of you guys on here, but I could say to someone like, okay, now Janine, I'm not saying you have to, but don't you truly think between the two of us, we could collect 10 $30 orders? Yeah. Okay. 30 times 10 is $300, right? So that would be a sale of $300 for Park Lane and for me or whatever. Okay. But you as the hostess would get 40 times 10. Yeah. That's $400 in free jewelry. Yeah. And I'm not even finished yet because we have all kinds of bonuses and stuff that we add to that for our hostesses. So again, super powerful. We do compete for people's time. They're going to go where the most generous is. And then the profit program. I really did put this last. I'm not the nicest person in the world, but I knew that if I had the program for my customer and the program for my hostess, then naturally the program for myself would be the most generous. And it is for those reasons, but also it's the most generous. We start people at 30%. If they're just brand new out of the gates, they start at 30%. This gal I was talking to the other day, and every bunches, it's like 20. My old company was 25. I think yours was in that realm, right? 25. Well, we start at 30%, but depending on what level you climb to or brought in at, it goes all the way to 50% profit on your own sales. So I make over $100,000 a year just from my own sales. Now, in addition to that, the team is like ridiculous what they do. So it's every single week. We get paid every single week. We get paid huge percentages on our downline. We get extra bonuses. And then all of the perks that go with things. Like we have 2 trips a year. We have a car program. One reason that, a lot of people that are looking at this, they just love the jewelry. And we have the ability to earn $1,000 in jewelry every single month. And then you could take that jewelry and sell it at a vendor fair or online for 100% profit, right? It's your jewelry. So, and then I should have led with this because it's something that people just absolutely adore is we have no quotas. We don't have quotas. We don't have minimums. This is truly, I remember one time saying how great that was. And Scott, the CEO, said, well, would it really be your own business? if we said you had to do a certain amount every month? I mean, you get to decide, right? And I'm like, yeah, then it really is your own business. So no monthly quotas. You don't lose your title. You never go backwards. Okay. So if you achieve a certain title and things like this happen, you get pneumonia and you're off your feet for 2 months or whatever. You come back, you didn't lose your title. You come right back, same title, same pay, all that good stuff. So they just believe in leading with, as I say, the carrot, not the stick. And it's very impactful. We love it.
I think that the no quotas and no minimums are.
Well, we love it as individuals, but we really love it as leaders, because
It's
having to
amazing.
tell people like, oh, you didn't make your quota. We don't have to do all that. I love it. Yeah.
No, and but that's a powerful thing that we're able to do that here. So I'm going to just ask you this question, because we always like to end with this, but why now? If these people are watching, why should they talk to their stylist now?
Yeah, well, it's really a super stupendous time to come in for so many different reasons. And one is because our new line just dropped within the last couple of weeks. So to be able to be some of the first people to show the new line, that's unbelievable. And that we still have the sale and bonus items. You'll find out more about that with the brand new stuff. I mean, it's fantastic. But in addition to that, they don't have to do things like this, but they put a kit special out. So for $129, you get to choose $700 worth of jewelry. It used to be $500. So I don't know how long they'll keep that. I know at least till through Wednesday, but $700 worth of jewelry for $129. The $129 includes everything that you need to get up and started, like your own personal website, access to the back office, all that stuff. Once a year on the date that we started, we renew our website for $100. Right. So you would like totally have a whole year with, no expenses to figure out if this is or isn't for you. It's pretty amazing. And you know me, I always say now is always the time. It's one of the success principles that successful people don't overthink things. They don't think, but what if this, but what if that? They just lean in and they trust that they'll learn what they need to learn as they go. And honestly, with this particular organization especially, you will learn what you need to learn as you go along, because we have hundreds of years of experience and we will be filling you in on what you need to know. We even have a cut and paste business as far as online goes, where we literally have 30 days of content every month, so that you can just put it on your Facebook group or in your Instagram or whatever, and you don't even have to think of what you want to post.
True.
So yeah,
it's true. Cool. What would you tell those gals that are listening right now and they have this little bit of excitement in there, they have this little fire in their belly, but they're afraid? Like, what would you tell them to do? Because I know that for the $129, they get the $700 in jewelry, but what do we ask of them? What do we ask them to do?
Honestly, it's just brilliant. It makes sense. You have a party. I call them parties because I'm older, but you have a little promotional get together, so to speak. You can do it on Zoom. You can do it on Facebook. You can do it in real life. But really, it's just it's a way for the person that is helping you with the business to introduce to your customers and friends that you're the new jewelry lady, and it jumpstarts your business. It's an absolutely brilliant way to start your business. So that's what you would want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. We just ask you to do that. It's literally a promotional party. And you get to choose at the end of the promotional party whether or not you want to sign up and buy the kit and get the paycheck from the party and be the host and receive all the free jewelry. Or you choose to just be the host and help your stylist out. And you're like, it's not for me, but I tried. And, at least you tried. That's how I look at it, is just trying is what matters.
Yeah, exactly. I hope I get to hear from a bunch of you. I'm very excited about what we have to offer here. You know what, Janine? I have a Zoom party at 6:30.
Okay, well, we're going to let you go. I put the Google Doc I just put into the comments, but I also put it in the description on each page. So it's there. It's also in the featured section. Mary Grace, thank you so much. I'm going to let you go because you have a party right now. Okay.
Right now. Bye, everybody.
Have a great night, everyone.
Thanks for joining.
Bye.